I guess I'm gonna start with because I'm gonna get 15 minutes. I thought it was all about me before I got here. So I got 15 minutes.
Your sponsor said to say 4, and then it would be 15.
So I guess I'm gonna start for how I got homeless in Kensington. Actually, I believe first and foremost how I got there was always looked like this, like a majority of my life. Like I was into the wrong stuff by the age of 13. No me to get into that, but I judged people. I didn't believe in God, and people will say all the time like, yeah, you better stop judging people. Well, maybe my mom. And my mom is the reason how that got me on my feet. Like I woke up. Like my mom never gave up on me. So she earns a lot of credit for this. Like she helped me change my life. My sponsor and a lot of people in addiction. But I used to judge people that I became homeless with. Like man, I ain't never gonna be like them. They got the problem. I don't have a problem. And boy, oh boy. Here I am with these people, and I woke up. I woke up, but I would say, well, honestly, but kind of led me to Kensington. So I was already going up there for maybe like 3 years or so, 4, but just in and out, leave, live out, and then I had to hang up there. And so then I started admitting that I had a problem, which was started with Percocets, which is a lot of people find pills, and then it escalates because the pills cost too much. And I got up probably 3 years ago, I was in a rehab, and I swear my ego was very crazy. I was an addict, but I don't look like these people, and I didn't care about it. If the woman came in there, anything and so I said, man, they use needles and stuff, and I ain't talking to girls, I ain't. But then it's like this one girl came, and I said, man, maybe she was raised like me. She might not be like that. Long story short, I got to be dated, and of course, wow, that was the wrong thing to do. And I got so mad and frustrated off impulse. I said, I hope you die. And she died the next day. Oh, wow. And it messed me up bad because I was like, you can't say nothing like that. After I thought about it, you can't say nothing like that. It was from that day on that I realized you can't say that to people, and because it hurted me for it. Because by me just hanging around her for the 3-4 months we were together, she was a good person. I realized once you wake that beast up inside your brain, it's a whole different person. You can't blame that person for who they are, because you didn't do anything and everything to feed that demon. That's what I realized. So, but when I was the same day I decided to apologize, I was getting a text message that she had passed, and I was like, wow. So I know I didn't do it. Even to this day, I still feel like I shouldn't have said that. It still hurts me. And so I said, I probably had a reservation though. I probably was a reservation. Like being in Kensington, I'm looking at everybody, and I said, man, I was like, what we over here? They doing needles and stuff. I ain't doing that. So I probably had a reservation because I think because I'm also a person a thrill seeker too, and I always think I could do something one time or whatever, to see why do people act like this? I ain't gonna do. It's not gonna have me like that. I really always thought that, and that's the wrong thing to think. Is sometimes when you think of that, it happens. Because sometimes I even say, I wonder what it's like to be homeless up here. It happened. It happened, and it happened. You gotta watch the stuff that you think about. And so basically, I probably had a reservation to do it because I asked people plenty of times. And a lot of people really did like me up there. They was like, you never did this before? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. You wouldn't do it. It took me 3 years for somebody finally did it. They said, you keep asking. Somebody gonna do it one day. Man, I found out that was the wrong thing to do because I tried it, and within 3 days everything was gone. I ain't get go nowhere. I just went MIA and stayed probably for 4 or 5 months. But during that process of that time, I would start a lot of people would come up there. They was they didn't know what I was doing. They was shocked. But even the people that I was sleeping out there with, knew, they was like, Jamal, why you not a street person? Now I was looking at them, I said, I guess you are one too. But that didn't make sense. So I just and I just started getting to meeting so many people, and you sit around, they start telling their stories, how they ended up here, and I'm like, wow, man. Some people don't even have nobody. They don't have nobody. A lot of molestation, They got to the point where I started asking the woman, how you get up here, because I know more likely, I know where it's gonna come from. I know what they're gonna say. Even men too as well. Men too. A lot of people. So anybody I congratulate people that had a trauma, especially molestation or whatever, and come out of that and deal with it and talk about it. Because people run from that stuff. This is a very vicious demon. So during all that process, I was standing there my mom kept coming up there. My mom lives out here in Newark, Delaware, so she come here every day. And I remember one time saying, why the F you keep coming up here? And I heard my sister while I was on the phone, and she's like, "Who you talking to?" She's like, talking, yeah. She's like, "You talking to you?" She's like, "Yeah." But my mom was like, "It's not him. That's the drugs." And I don't know. So I was like, "I'm gonna fix you." I said to my mom. So I said, "Well, I'm gonna sit up by the game." I said, by the time, but it's probably like the third or fourth time she came up there already. And I just remember I was like, "I'm gonna go sit up by the game for like a couple hours. By the time I come back, I guarantee you she won't be there." And so I came back in the park. And I was sitting there talking to somebody, like two people, like, and I'm facing this way, and I see their eyes, then I turn around. It's my mom and my sister. And she never left. So, and honestly, like, that's why I say, like, I believe, like, I like being around a lot of people that I've been around and being in rehab. That's 15 minutes, right? That's it.
Already.
You're good.
Oh, okay. Y'all missed a whole lot. So I thought about it. So I watch people. I do a lot of watching and analyzing, and and listen to people. So I realize I think a lot of things that sum up addiction is you spoil your children, you enable them. And the ADHD, the impulse, and all this like prescribed notion to me is to add up to an addict. Cause I'm all of that. Every last one of them is me as well. And so I remember saying like, I said, "Dang, God, you get me out of this." I promise I start believing. Cause I had an ego. I didn't believe in God. Cause I used to think you can't sin, you can't talk. There's no such thing as a God. And then like we get to talking about like the deaths, the overdose, and things like that nature. Like I just came from a funeral. I've been going to funerals for 3 or 4 years, and for real, I grew up. Shoot, the way I grew up, I'm telling you, like y'all wouldn't believe this is me. Well, I grew up in some wild stuff, but nothing hurts me. It affects me more than seeing people die from overdose. Because I've seen more people die from overdose than get shot by a gun. You never know because they don't talk about on the news. They wouldn't talk about guns and stuff all the time. And so basically, my whole point, all these times getting up here and talking and doing this stuff, is to let people know, like. Because I come from a place where a lot of people, they think if you got money, if you have money and you look good, you're not an addict. You know what I mean? Honestly, that's probably like the worst thing. You just got more money to kill yourself faster. Like, you know, you just a dressed up garbage can. Honestly, that's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? For real. And I got a lot of friends. So then I realized I had to start doing something different because I remember, like, it was different. I woke up. I should have been dead too. Somebody should have been at my funeral. But every day that I tried that needle, I can't make this up. 7 days straight, I had to get Narcan at least one day, or 2 or 3 times a day. And then I got to think. Like we got in the rehab, I got to think about even like when we go with the lady. She was like the people that live in my mom's neighborhood, like it's quiet, like, and you wouldn't think nothing going on out there. But some of the people that I grew up with around there. My mom, when I moved out there when I was 19, within that 4 or 5 block radius that I grew up, they gone. They gone. I'm like, wow, why am I still here? So I said, it has to be a God. It has to be a God. So I started praying, and I started noticing a lot of things. To me, one word that sums up addiction to me is denial. That's why I say I'm most definitely an addict. Because I used to think I was one. I ain't saying it to be cool, whatever. I just program my brain, like, to let you know, like, you can't do one, you can't do nothing, you can't do anything. If you got that gene or whatever that's in your body, you're waking the beast up. And for me, I used to think I wasn't because I go to meetings, and I hear the people, and I'm talking about, I go to meetings now in the city, and with like lawyers and things like people that's well off that have money, but I'm judging them. I said, man, they crazy. I ain't did none of that stuff, man. And I never used to listen to them because I'm judging them off their story. And every time I go down there now, if I go there, I said, man, I should have listened, y'all, because y'all already did everything y'all was telling me. Is y'all been through it already? And I thought I knew already. So, and I think the last thing I probably just worked on was there was no woman in a relationship your first year of recovery. I kept skipping over that one. And then I just had like I went through another situation where I was like, it was like the same thing. And so I went the whole year and I realized, shit, I've been happy as heck without like without any woman. I can go to sleep easy. I said, yeah, because that always been a problem before addiction anyway. It always been a problem. So you learn to work, you get to work on yourself too as well, learn everything that won't take you out. So I just learned like to put this first. And a lot of things, I think I slid into depression too because I still came home from jail and went to school and I was like, well, if I go to school, they won't look at my record. And they won't, man, I kept getting turned down, I kept turning. I said, man, I just started giving up. So you think bad, as you start thinking bad, you start doing bad. And I said, ain't nobody gonna hire me. I'm 37 years old in my grandma's house, and I gave up. And I started getting right back into the impulse. I was playing the tapes out. So when I got beaten, broken, and said not having nothing, and I became happy just for like that, just being happy to live a life like and not worrying about the car, not worrying about the house, not everything that I used to worry about. It's been happening. I wasn't looking for it. I swear, I was not looking. It's been happening. I'm like, wow. So that's why I don't even look for a girl back. I think this girl probably gonna come. She might gonna come my way without me having to look for it. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I said, anything else happened I ain't looking for. I said, damn, you listen. That's the truth though. But I learned. I started praying. I started believing in God, and I use my mom's eyes as my higher power. I don't forget to look in her eyes. Like I put my mom through a whole bunch of stuff, but I ain't never seen her look like that. I swear. I think, man, I think the 10 years in prison, I don't think my mom even looked like that. I don't think she was worried about that. I was incarcerated, and I do have a lot more to say, but I think that's all I know is that I honestly have like probably 2 more funerals to go this week, and I'm there. You had bad days, you had good days, you had bad. But like I said, I talk about whatever I have. Like I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Saturday, the same feeling I had. I just talked about when my girl died, and I didn't talk about. I just experienced the same thing Saturday. Because one of my friends, because I like an open policy. Like you call my phone anytime, no connections, people in rehabs. I can get you in the rehab if you call me or whatever. I know who to call and you go that night. But sometimes they get overwhelmed. I relapse like that a lot of times too. 90 days thinking I had 9 years, thinking I could save the whole world because nobody listening to you. Then they start playing tricks on you. Like, man, if they can't do it, I'm just like them. I'm just going to do it too. And I used to give up like that. But so now I just know people are not really ready until they're ready. All you can do is tell them if they take it, then okay. But if not, get them suits ready, man, because it's going to be a lot of deaths, man. It's a lot. I'm getting used to and prepared for it. And I used to know I could stop it, yeah, but it's nothing you can do. Because once it take over, once it get here, it's a wrap, and it's over. You woke the beast up. I realize that's why I don't do anything. I won't do anything ever. Only way, I'll probably take a drink, anything like so. I'll probably get kidnapped and held hostage, man. Like, that's what I think. Because I know when you want that beast up, you're a whole different person, man. And you can't stop. And so back to what I was saying, I felt real bad. The same, and I've had some bad times in recovery, which my recovery date is October 18th, 2020. If I left Kensington Park and then Needle Park, now I was in the rehab in 19 for October. I remember that, and I met some good counselors up there that helped me too. They was a big part of my sobriety too. And I met Dr. Renee. She used to always tell me, she said, Jamar, every morning you wake up, look in that mirror, you tell yourself you are somebody, you are worth. And I didn't used to do it at first. I didn't used to do it. I just started doing it because I started telling somebody else that like 3 weeks ago. I said, I keep telling her I ain't even doing this. So now I get up and I look at the mirror and I say, yeah, I'm not, because I never like to preach anything. If I'm not living it. I don't do that. So and it helps. It works. But so back to Saturday. That's the ADHD. You see, I keep bouncing back around, all that. Yeah. So I felt bad. I didn't eat nothing. I didn't drink because one of my friends that I was trying to get from out of there was a birthday, and I said, "Happy birthday!" But her daughter texted me while I was at the meeting. That's why I say don't be on the phones in the meetings either. But she said, "Jamal, my mom died," and I just lost it. I just lost it. And I've been going through that a lot, but this was a very good friend of mine too. I have a lot of friends, man, that probably, like I said, they probably won't die out there, won't get from out there, but I don't get overwhelmed with going up, because honestly, I know I had to stop hanging and going up there, because I'm addicted to the chaos too, and I like all that, I love that stuff, and I had to stop doing that too, because that's a trick as well. And when he told me that, I felt bad, I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, but the thing I did different this time, I called somebody. But I always thought I could have it right, and I called my sponsor. He's right there. He's up now. Okay. Yeah, I called him and he came and got me, man. Took me to a meeting. And you know I had to be doing bags. I ain't like going to the meeting. He goes to it. I went there with him and sat there. And I needed somebody because I was so bad. But I would never hold on to any feelings, man. Because the feelings, and then I realized too, they say 95% of your feelings not even facts. So it's like, it's just, thoughts, like actions, like you can get rid of, as long as you talk about it and act on it. And I'm grateful for the day. I'm very happy, and I love them people. That's why I love them people of Kansas. Like you see me on the train when I'm going, I talking like just like I'm talking to y'all. I'm having conversation with them people. And then and there's other people, the non-addicts, alcoholics, whatever they got, the normals, whatever you want to call them. They looking at me like I'm crazy, like who's this guy? Is he talking? And I want to say, man, shoot, I was them, and I could be just like them. I ain't no better than them. I can't stand people think they better than somebody now. I really don't. It hurts me, man. But it's nothing. All you do is pray and let God handle it, and hope they don't end up like it. Hope I don't go back to it and just. So if I had the power. Cause I have conscience, like I despise even I've strong drugs. I wish I could remove drugs, like, cause it turns some of the nice people. And who the hell is this, man?